Okay, Megan, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for joining me. Just a few questions. We're on the eve of the World Cup now. You've had your final captain's run. Tell me about how you're feeling. I mean, this is a massive moment for yourself, isn't it?
For sure, yeah. Very excited to move forward with this. I feel excited. It's been a long time with the past few training camps we've had, the big week we've had here. So just to finally get this ball in the roll and ready to go for PNG where everyone's pumped and just turned on.
Tell me about your journey with Canada Rugby League, because I know I was looking at the stats. You scored the first ever try for Canada, and I was thinking to myself, I have to speak to this player. Tell me about that moment as well, and how you started with Canadian Rugby League.
Yeah, I started off kind of a fluke. I had a old coach who was trying to get me into it, and I was very committed in union. So I was like, no, I'm going to focus here. But I came out to practice, and I'm in. I said so. I jumped in the team and got my training sessions on, and eventually made it out to the World Cup in 2017. So that was exciting. First game against New Zealand, we knew it was going to be a tough one, and it definitely was. I ended up getting points on the board for the team, but the team was able to bring that ball up towards the try line for me, and I was able to finish it. So they did all the work, and I got the lucky last bit. But it was definitely exciting just to be able to put points in our very first international game, and especially against New Zealand. And even going into that second half, it was a tight game, tight score. So we were really proud of ourselves for that outcome.
It is pretty cool though, because for the rest of history, when people look at the record books, who scored the first ever try? And it's like in football, who scored the first ever goal for such and such team? Like your name's in the history, but that must feel pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it feels really cool. I do feel like it was a team try, so I hate to take the glory, and I hate that it was just my name, because it really was a Canada Raven try. We all did the work we needed to do in the tackles to bring it up the field, and we had our 9 there telling me to take the ball and go, so they did all the thinking for me, and I did the movement. So it was, it's nice to have that there, but it really truly was the Ravens try.
Yeah, so tell me, what can we expect from Canada Rugby League heading into this first game?
Yeah, I think we're going to definitely show people where we've gone over the past 5 years, from our first World Cup in 2017 to now. We've definitely had a lot more time together this time around, and we're very excited to show that in the first game against PNG. We're all ready for a tough battle, so we're ready to bring it with some hard hits up the middle, and we got some really great backs who can find those gaps quickly, and we'll take advantage of it when they come.
Tell me about the expectations for the campaign, because there's a lot of competition, let's face it. There's a lot of teams, especially in this group, England and PNG, with a lot of experience, a lot of strength. How do you hope to cope with that, and what is your ambition for the tournament overall?
Yeah. I mean, every time someone goes into a World Cup, any teams, the aspirations is always to win, and I think any team would be doing themselves a disservice to go in with any other expectation than to win. For us, we're just taking it one game at a time. We're going to take on PNG as they come. We're hoping to come out with a win, and as we move forward, we're hoping to do the same with each team we encounter. We understand it's going to be a challenge, and we definitely have to put our best foot forward for that outcome, but that is our goal moving into this tournament.
I was speaking with your sister, who's obviously the media manager for the team. You've had a hard time. I believe your grandmother passed away. Was it during the camp? And your dog as well recently. So it's been a very difficult time, hasn't it, for you personally?
Yeah, it's definitely been tough leading into it, and then being here, finding out the news about my grandma. But she's always been very proud of my rugby aspirations, and for that, it just gives me more motivation to play harder. The team's been fabulous and a great support system for me not having my family around. They're now my family. So I think, as tough as it is, I'm very happy to have the support that's here, and I'm looking forward to making her proud.
And Laura Mario, who's obviously joined this team from New Zealand, won 3 World Cups in Rugby League. I was told that she got you a gift as well on the back of the sad news. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was a Maori tradition to pass along a gift for people who are grieving, and so with that, it was just a nice, thoughtful gift and something I didn't expect. And it's just nice to know there's people there who are just really supportive and going to be there for you. And gift or not, it's nice to know that she's there for me as we go through, and just having everyone here is a really special thing during the moments of grieving.
And it's moments like that, I think, which show how much team spirit there is in the group, isn't there? Because I don't suppose you all play regularly together, so it's not easy, is it, when you all come together ahead of a World Cup especially?
Yeah, I mean, Canada's so large, so we all have our different little camps in different areas, out east, out west, and even with Laura coming from New Zealand, we're definitely coming from all parts of the world. But when we come together, it feels like we're just one big team. Everyone gets along really well. We have a great community within the squad, and we all celebrate as one, and it's exciting because it's hard to find sometimes like that on the team, the commodity, the community, and I think that we're all one, and it doesn't feel like we're from East or West or New Zealand. It feels like we're all just here to play for Canada.
It is really cold out here, so it's the last thing I want to ask you. 2021, it's 2022. It's called the 2021 World Cup. Where do you see Canadian Rugby League 10 years down the line, thanks to this tournament, thanks to this team?
Yeah, I hope to see it grow. I think right now Rugby League is still very in the midst of its growth, and so I think through these World Cups, through our own camps, through any test matches that we have, I think just having that out there and promoting it is going to grow the game. Every time we go home from anything, people ask us about it, people are getting involved, and then the next training session we have 2-3 more new people, and so we're just hoping that through this World Cup we have that platform to just really engage anyone who's interested in trying rugby league and building that sport, and having that opportunity to have a really, really competitive side in 10 years that's just as competitive as all the other ones, much like hopefully we're in this tournament.